to coax then Governor Perry into putting you on the Texas A&M board. So thank you, Ann, for that. Very important to carrying out the vision that we see Chancellor Sharp doing right now. I want to say that you split the pay, that big time pay. I also want to say to Kay Schwartz, gosh, you were incredible. The best athlete I have ever seen in my life, truly. She was a senior when I was a freshman in high school, and I just aspired to be Kay Schwartz. And she went on to be a college athlete and instilled in this little country girl the ability to maybe go on and do, and I did go on to become a college athlete. Unfortunately, Chancellor Sharp, I three-putted the first 5 greens of the state championship in 1983, and the A&M coach quit following me. The Horned Frogs decided that they would take this lesser golfer. But thank you to the Schwartz family. My family has always held you in such high esteem, and there could not have been a greater mentor to me than Walter Schwartz, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I had the opportunity to serve in his state representative seat, and now I hold the Senate seat once held by John Sharp, and those are big shoes to fill. But today we celebrate something that is truly incredible, and I want to say to my colleagues from the House, I've served with all of you, and it has truly been an honor to do that. Couldn't have any more better friends and colleagues to Texas A&M, the Brazos Valley area, than these 3 gentlemen. Thank you, Dan, for coming. And to Ben Lamont, welcome aboard. It's a wild ride, and it's going to be fun, but it's going to be a lot of hard work, and we're glad you're on our team. So with that, I just want to say that today we see a shining new building, but I want us all to see it as really a bridge. It's a bridge to the future of higher education, carrying out a vision that John Sharp and his team, and you can't do it alone, Billy. It's a team effort. The Board of Regents who have bought into this vision. Chancellor Sharp, you are pushing Texas, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for what you and Texas A&M committed to the state of Texas after Hurricane Harvey. If you don't know this, I was ground zero. The people I represent were ground zero in Hurricane Harvey. And the one thing I can tell you about Sharp is he really doesn't pay a lot of attention to all those rules. He's a little bit like Onion in the story that you told, Charles, about do what's right and then ask for forgiveness later. We are forever grateful for what you did for Texas and what you're doing for Texas right now. So thank you, and you should applaud for that. I also want this building to serve as a visual, as a bridge between Washington County and Brazos County, and everyone else here today who is interested in seeing both Blinn College and Texas A&M not only grow, but lead. With RELLIS, we will lead the nation in so many innovative collaborations and so many industries. This is just the beginning. Now, Jimmy Colcourse, thank you for being here today. And thank you for always being my sounding board. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm known in my family as the nagger. Push, 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 Lois. Quit pushing. Push. This is just the beginning. You see those buildings going up in the entrance. This is just the beginning. And what John Sharp and the Board of Regents and the trustees from Blinn College have done is you have made a model for the United States. And I am so glad to have played some tiny small part in this. Maybe some clandestine meetings here and there and the discussion of what the vision could be. Dr. Hensley, thank you for you and your team. And to John Rainey, I want to say something. There are times that you and I very publicly have fought. We have had a war of words. It was even worse in person sometimes. But what we both did is we were representing our districts that we passionately love and we care for so deeply. And with that, Representative Rainey, I want to thank you for pushing me and for pushing Blinn to become more than it was. Walter Schwartz would be very proud of today. But again, it's only the beginning. So to stand here and say we're celebrating a new vision to name this building after Walter Schwartz. Again, someone who was on my cabinet to begin to make me think that I could run for state representative and reach some goals, to play a part. I say congratulations to everyone. Mary Hensley called out a lot of names. And for every name she called out, there's even more that played a part in this. But I challenge all of us. I challenge all of us because John Sharp challenges me. And so does Mary Hensley on investing in higher education. Because not only is this a bridge to the future and a bridge between Washington and Brazos County, but it will serve as the model for the United States. And that doesn't come cheaply. And we will, as a legislature, continue to invest. Lastly, thank you, Texas A&M, for hiring a chancellor from Texas. A chancellor who knows a little something about Texas and gets how we do business here. John Sharp, I look forward to the next session and years beyond that. Thank you all, and God bless Texas.
Thank you, Senator Kolkhorst. It's now my pleasure to introduce another very dear friend, Representative John Rainey. A sixth-generation Texan, Representative Rainey was elected to the Texas House of Representatives in 2011, where he serves Texas House District 14. Representative Rainey is the vice chair of the Committee on Higher Education, and he serves on a number of key House committees. Representative Rainey is a member of the Texas A&M class of 1969, where he earned a Bachelor of Business Administration and Marketing. Representative Rainey served as a first lieutenant in the Texas Army National Guard from 1969 through 1975. Thank you, Texas Representative Rainey. Every time I go to the Capitol, he does just that. He hugs me and I hug him. I love Texas Representative Rainey. Thank you so much for all you have done for Blinn College and for me personally. We welcome you and welcome to the podium. Thank you.
Howdy. It's a real pleasure to be included with this cast of folks who have done so much for Blinn College and for Texas A&M. Senator Kolkhorst, thank you for your kind words, and I look forward to the next session of working with you. Today marks the beginning of a collaboration between Blinn and A&M, one that I'm proud to have in District 14, the House district that I serve. During my time in the legislature, I served on the House Committee on Higher Education and on Article 3 subcommittee of the House Committee on Appropriations. This committee funds both public and higher education. There is absolutely nothing more important to our state than education. As we go forward, community colleges will continue to play an integral role in our state's success. More than before, Blinn now has a stronger partnership with A&M to prepare students for the rigor of those courses. But equally important, Blinn now has an additional tool to help the non-traditional student, the one who chooses workforce training instead of a four-year degree. I have no doubt that this collaboration will serve as a guide for community colleges all over the state. I congratulate both Blinn and Texas A&M for their vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Rainey. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Representative Kyle Cassell. Kyle is a longtime resident of Brazos County. Representative Cassell was first elected to represent District 12 in the Texas House of Representatives in 2012. A Texas A&M graduate, Representative Cassell serves as Vice Chair of the Rules and Resolutions Committee and is a member of several other very key committees. Having devoted his entire life to preserving the environment and contributing to local and state economics through his dynamic ranching business, Representative Cassell is a strong voice and leader on agriculture and rural issues. Thank you, Representative Cassell, for always being such a strong supporter of community colleges throughout the state. Your generosity in meeting with Blinn students every time we come to the Capitol and we come and ask to talk to you within the area is so greatly appreciated. We love you, Representative Cassell.
Well, howdy. What an incredible honor to be with you today. It's just a special day, not only in Brazos County, but for the state of Texas. Many of you were here yesterday as we celebrated the past and the changing of the guard as we passed on a restored cannon back to the Alamo. And as I sat here today listening, I know that Onion would have been one of my best friends, or I would have been in his wake trying to be wherever he was, because I think he and I think quite a bit alike. But that passion and that spirit and that drive that was forged in Texas in the Alamo is no more obvious than it is today as we forge ahead in the future and development of research and workforce training and a partnership between Blinn and Texas A&M at this incredible campus we're going to call RELLIS. So it is just my honor to not only be here, but to applaud you in your accomplishments, and glad that we can be in the Texas legislature to make sure this model not only happens again at other campuses, but across this incredible country. So go Bucks, gig 'em, and God bless.
Thank you, Representative Cassell. Before we close today's ceremony, I would like to invite Charles Schwartz, Ann Schwartz Bishop, and Kaylin Schwartz to please come forward to the stage for a special presentation. I'd also like to ask Representative Schubert, now Vice Chancellor for Blinn College, to come forward to assist me as well. In celebration of Walter C. Schwartz's incredible impact upon Blinn College, and to commemorate today's grand opening, Blinn College is proud to present each of you with a framed photograph of the Walter C. Schwartz building so that you might fondly recall today's grand opening and know that Blinn College continues to celebrate your father's legacy of educational excellence. We thank you again for your friendship and your support of Blinn College. I would also like to recognize my buddy, John Sharp. John, would you come forward, please? Chancellor Sharp, on behalf of the Blinn College District Board of Trustees and all of the Blinn College administrators and faculty and staff who share your passion and energy for the RELLIS campus, I would like to thank you for inviting Blinn to be a part of this incredible partnership. As an expression of our appreciation, it is my honor to present you with a pair of custom-crafted cufflinks. These cufflinks each feature an engraving of the Walter C. Schwartz building, and like you, they are truly one of a kind. Again, I would like to thank and recognize the Blinn Board of Trustees. Audience, won't you give them another round of applause? Thank you, trustees. And I would also like to quickly thank the Blinn College staff who worked so hard to make today possible. Particularly, I'd like to thank Special Assistant to the Board of Trustees and the Chancellor, Lori Clark, who coordinated all of today's event. And Vice Chancellor for Public Affairs and Strategic Relations, Leighton Schubert. Director of Public Safety and Emergency Management, John Chancellor. Director Richard Bray, Assistant Director Darla Arter, and the Marketing and Communications Department, and James Harville in the Food Services Department, and our Blinn College Jazz Band. I would like, if just for a moment, if you are a member of Blinn in any way, shape, form, or fashion, would you stand and let us recognize you? Thank you. Great job. Thank you. I want to take a moment to thank the man who will lead Blinn's efforts at the RELLIS campus. So please allow me to invite, and he doesn't know I'm going to do this, Blinn's Executive Dean for the RELLIS campus, Chris Mars. Would you please step forward, Chris? Mr. Mars came to Blinn after a 23-year career in the U.S. Navy, where he earned the rank of commander. He served as executive officer for the Texas A&M Naval ROTC, and he was a senior U.S. Navy officer and associate professor of naval science at Texas A&M University. This past June, I had the privilege and honor of attending Commander Mars's U.S. Navy retirement ceremony. During that ceremony, Colonel James Bright, Deputy Director of the RELLIS campus, reminded us that for 23 years, Commander Mars stood the watch for his nation, serving so that his fellow countrymen could rest in safety. With his retirement ceremony, Commander Mars's watch was relieved. Today, Chris, I ask you to accept a new charge. Commander Mars, as I present you with this key to the Walter C. Schwartz building, I ask that you stand the watch for this new facility and provide guidance and support for the students who come seeking a quality, affordable education. As the Executive Dean of the RELLIS campus, Chris, are you prepared to assume command of the Walter C. Schwartz building?
Aye, aye, Chancellor. We have the watch.
Chris, I would like to thank you on behalf of all of us for your military service, for your service to our nation, and for your continued leadership within our community. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to transition to our ribbon cutting, and I would like to invite our stage guests and members of the Blinn Board of Trustees and members of the Texas A&M Board of Regents and the entire Schwartz family and members of the Texas A&M University System Team and Blinn's Executive Council to gather at the ribbon that is placed before the Schwartz building entrance so that we may take a ceremonial ribbon cutting photo. We do have golf carts to help transition you to the setting. Audience, as you may know, the RELLIS campus has a rich military tradition because it is the former site of the Bryan Air Base. So as you leave today, we would like to honor that tradition by giving each of you a challenge coin commemorating today's celebration. Members of Blinn's Student Government Association and students in the Texas A&M Blinn Engineering Academy wearing Blinn t-shirts will hand out these coins to you today, which traditionally are presented by unit commanders in recognition of special achievement by a member of a unit and to prove membership in an elite ceremony and an elite company. I hope today that each of you will accept these coins as symbols of Blinn's abiding and deep appreciation for each and every one of you who are present today. This marks the close of today's program. After the ribbon cutting photo, we invite each of you to tour the Schwartz building and to enjoy the refreshments available in the first floor lobby. Blinn students will be located inside the building to hand out walking tour brochures, guide visitors, and to answer questions. Once again, thank you for sharing in today's celebration.